To the average guardsman, it would seem that all orcs are part of the same warrior culture. When you're staring down the barrel of a slugger, or a storm boy is descending on black smog to deliver his chopper to your skull, you might not care much for the internal politics of the green-skinned menace you've been sent to fight. But these foul and vicious Xenos are not just mindless killing machines. In fact, each orc belongs to a tribe, following their war boss to bring Gork and Mork honour as their clan culture sees fit. Whether they're a traditionalist snakebite or a hardy goth, each orc instinctively knows to which they belong to. More than just an aesthetic choice, an orc's clan dictates their favoured way to fight, as well as what loot is best. To show off their clan allegiance, orcs in the same clan typically wear similar coloured rags and scraps of clothing, attaching various significance to these colours. Whether you believe that the red ones go fast, or that a blue git is a lucky git, all orcs will die on the same hill, that the green ones is the best ones. Arguably the most famous clan in 40k thanks to Ghazghkull, the Goths are big, mean, black and green. Considering anything brighter than black to be pointless showing off, the orcs of the Goth clan share a no-nonsense approach to warfare. Typically opting to charge into battle on foot, Goths have been known to take their choppers to any who suggest a tactics meeting, or taking cover. Not to say, of course, that they're above hitching a ride on a speeding truck or battle wagon, so long as it'll get them into the fight quicker. Give a Goth a big chopper and a gun that will fire lots of bullets and do so loudly, and you've got a happy orc. You can save your flashy technologies, strategies and the rest of that mucking around to the blood axes. In contrast to the dark and serious Goths, the flashiest gits around are the Bad Moons. Decked in the bright yellow that orcs attribute to wealth, it is said by the other clans that the Bad Moons have too many teeth for their own good. While other orcs rush headfirst into battle, seeking out greater and bigger fights, you'll find a Bad Moon fighting his way through the crowd to reach the temples or vaults to loot anything that's gold and isn't tied down. And then after that, they'll go for the stuff that is. When other orcs call out the clan for being all flash and no substance, a Bad Moon orc will hop out of their gold-plated battle wagon and kick the snot out of the git that questioned their Gork-given strength. They'll then collect the teeth that they knocked out and be on their merry way. With all these teeth and gold, it's fair to understand how the Bad Moons afford so many guns and bullets, and love to show off their latest exotic purchase by pointing it at you, just to show you how killy it can be. Of course, you don't need teeth or gold to buy kit for your lads. When you're so lucky, you just find it all lying around for them to take. The blue-painted, light-fingered loot grabbers of the Deathskulls clan have an unusually high rate of luck for things like that. Deathskulls believe that possession is 9/10 of the law, and that the last tenth is violently beating down anyone who questioned your possession of that shiny loot you just found. The luck of the Deathskulls is such that they could wander into an evil son's truck yard and just find a whole truck there. They'd quickly drive it back to their camp, and of course paint over the red with some more appropriate blue. And so, Lady Luck has bestowed a whole new vehicle to the war boss. Of course, the orcs chasing him might have something to say about that, but Gork and Mork clearly shine down at times on the Deathskulls, with their blue painted bodies and armour often only receiving near misses from the bullets flying after them. Always ready to loot and scrap enemy vehicles, Deathskulls have been known to begin ripping apart Imperial vehicles mid-fight, leaving the crew inside feeling like a Christmas present that once violently unwrapped will likely be thrown very hard at the nearest wall. When they're not chasing down looters, the evil sons give in to their primal urge to go as fast as they can. Each orc in the clan is obsessed with acquiring the fastest and most shootiest vehicle they can get their green mitts on, feeling their blood burn as fiery red as their paint jobs as they race across the battlefield, like a puppy with the zoomies. Gangs of speed freaks will explain to new recruits why the vehicles of the evil sons are the fastest around, almost confused why they need to explain it at all. Isn't it obvious? The red ones go faster! For those who prefer their orcs to live a simple and brutal life, the snakebites are happy to oblige. Live off the land, go to find war, kill what comes close, the old ways are best. It's a simple motto, but one that the savage orcs of the Snakebites clan understand well. They seek the straightforward way of life in all aspects. Why muck around dyeing your clothes lucky colours when they're already a colour anyway? Why build huts and bunkers when you could just weather the storm and keep on zogging marching? All of this techno nonsense that makes the other Orcs clans strong won't weaken the snakebites, no sir indeed. In fact, to prove yourself hardy enough to run into battle amongst the boomers of the Orcs, you must show just how much of a tough son of Mork you are by surviving a trial of being bitten by a bucket load of venomous snakes. These deadly serpents are bred especially for the task, and are transported with the clan as they travel, some being released wherever the clan makes home somewhere, to the peril of any less hardy folk who had the unfortunate luck of living there beforehand. The sixth and final clan of the Orcs are seen by the others as untrustworthy cowards. Branded as cunning gits, the Blood Axes make no secret of their interest in the strategy of other races. Sometimes even acting as hired muscle or mercenaries, they learn from Umis and the other races about how they go to war. Sometimes this is to try out these tactics themselves, other times it's so the Orcs know just where to hit the scum and claim victory for Gork and Mork, without having to charge headfirst into a meat grinder. This isn't to say that the Blood Axes are afraid of a good fight. They love to scrap as much as the next Orc. But where these sneaky greenskins differ is that they always prefer a good fight where they get to see the shock on their enemies' faces as they are first outsmarted and then outfought by a mighty Orc. Unlike most clans, the Blood Axes don't share a unified colour per se, instead opting for the tried and tested approach of a mix of camouflage, even if the disguise and the landscape don't match at all. After all, to an Orc it's more the thought that counts with these sort of things. Despite whatever clan or warlord an Orc belongs to, a unified truth amongst all the clans is a love for crumping and all things that go bang or boom. Often different Orc clans will fight together on the battlefield against a worthy opponent, only turning on each other when either the fight wasn't enough to sate their needs, or when the beating was so zogging fun they just didn't want it to be over yet. As an Orc themselves would tell you,
"Us Orcs never lose a battle. If we win, we win. If we die fighting, so it don't count. If we run threat, we don't lose neither, 'cause we can come back for another go. See?"